Are artificial sweeteners bad for you? Let's take a look at what the experts say. Harvard Medical School has an article called Artificial Sweeteners, Sugar-Free but at What Cost? They mention the approved artificial sweeteners, which are saccharin, acesulfame, aspartame, neotame, sucralose, plus stevia or stevia, which is actually a low-calorie natural sweetener. They say the benefit is that they could help you lose weight by reducing sugar intake. However, there are some possible risks. You may get too used to eating overly sweet foods but without the calories. Then when you eat naturally sweet foods such as fruit, it might not taste so nice in comparison. Also, they mention a study that shows a 36% increased risk for metabolic syndrome and a 67% increased risk for type 2 diabetes. And foods that are artificially sweetened are often missing much of the nutrients and fibre that naturally sweet foods have. But how reliable is this information? Well, they have 3 links to external sources: the American Heart Association, PubMed, and the American Diabetes Association. The NHS Eat Well website has an article called The Truth About Sweeteners. They list the common sweeteners approved in the UK, which are acesulfame K, aspartame, saccharin, sorbitol, sucralose, stevia and xylitol. In terms of safety, they say that both Cancer Research UK and the US National Cancer Institute have said that sweeteners don't cause cancer. They say artificial sweeteners are safe to eat or drink on a daily basis as part of a healthy diet. However, it's possible that artificial sweeteners may actually stimulate the appetite, causing some people to overeat and therefore gain weight. But research into artificial sweeteners is mixed, and there isn't much evidence from long-term studies showing that they lead to overeating and obesity. In terms of links to external sources, this article has 2 links to the European Food Safety Authority. The Mayo Clinic has an article called Artificial Sweeteners and Other Sugar Substitutes. Here they break sweeteners down into 4 different types: artificial sweeteners, novel sweeteners, sugar alcohols, and natural sweeteners. So, looking first at artificial sweeteners, their benefits are that they don't cause tooth decay, they are calorie-free, and they don't raise your blood sugar levels. In terms of safety, they don't cause cancer, and they are generally regarded as safe in limited quantities. But what is limited quantities defined as? They say that each sweetener has an acceptable daily intake set, but this article doesn't mention what those actually are. Novel sweeteners include stevia and tagatose. Refined stevia is approved by the FDA, but whole leaf or crude stevia is not approved by the FDA. Tagatose is made from lactose in dairy products and is generally regarded as safe by the FDA. Then there are sugar alcohols, which despite their name don't actually contain alcohol. They occur naturally in some fruits and vegetables, but it is possible to make them artificially too. Examples are sorbitol and xylitol. They are low in calories, don't cause tooth decay, and don't raise your blood sugar, but in large doses they can have a laxative effect. And last but not least, we come to natural sweeteners. These come from natural foods, but often undergo some type of refining. Examples of natural sweeteners approved by the FDA are fruit juices and nectars, honey, molasses and maple syrup. But are natural sweeteners better than refined sugar? They are, but not by much. The nutrient content is not actually that much better. In terms of safety, they can cause tooth decay, weight gain, increased triglycerides, and honey can contain small amounts of bacterial spores which can produce botulism toxin. In terms of sources, this article has 9 references including the US Food and Drug Administration, National Cancer Institute, Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics Complete Food and Nutrition Guide, US Department of Health and Human Services, and the American Heart Association. HealthLine has an article called Can Diet Make You Fat? The Truth About Artificial Sweeteners. They say artificial sweeteners may disrupt your appetite by not triggering the reward pathway that happens when you eat sweet food. Also, the extreme sweetness of artificial sweeteners may encourage sugar cravings. However, other studies show that they don't impact appetite or intake of other foods. As for weight loss, the study results are mixed, but the strongest evidence suggests they are beneficial. However, some studies suggest that they might increase risk of type 2 diabetes or metabolic syndrome, as well as disrupt gut bacteria. I always find that HealthLink articles are very thoroughly researched, and this one is certainly no exception. There are 29 links to external sources throughout it, 28 of which are to PubMed, and 1 to the Institute of Food Technologists. Dr. Gundry has a video called The Truth About Artificial Sweeteners. He says that when you eat sweet foods without the calories that sugar normally has, this tricks your brain. The body then craves the calories it didn't get from the sweet foods you just ate. So, what can we eat instead of artificial sweeteners? Well, Dr. Gundry's advice is to try to move away from eating sweet foods in general, which I think is generally good advice. If you do want to add a little bit of sweetness, there are a few things that he does recommend in small amounts. These are cassava syrup, stevia, xylitol, erythritol, monk fruit and yacon. Yacon is a particularly good one because it is high in FOS, which feeds the good bacteria in your gut. However, he does give a warning: make sure you buy them pure, not along with other sweeteners or sugar added to them. But who is Dr. Gundry? Well, according to Wikipedia, he used to be a cardiac surgeon, but is now interested in diet and runs his own clinic. However, there is some possible controversy about his view of lectins. Well Ungood has an article called Why Artificial Sweetener is Worse for You Than Sugar. Again, they say that the sweetness without calories increases your appetite. They also say that it may interfere with the release of the hormones that make you feel satisfied, which can cause you to overeat. And again, they say artificial sweeteners can kill good bacteria in the gut. In terms of the credibility of this article, they link to the Harvard School of Public Health as well as Scientific American. Also, this guy is a doctor. But I do have one problem with this article. It's this section here, where he mentions a patient of his who had all these health problems until he put her on a nutritious food plan featuring targeted supplementation and acupuncture. Now, this sounds impressive, but it's unscientific to mention it. It's purely anecdotal. It's just one person, and we don't know what specifically it was that caused her health to improve. Was it the healthier food? Was it the supplements? Was it the acupuncture? Or was it all of these together? Or perhaps it was none of these, and it was some other change that she made at the time which has not been mentioned. We just don't know. It's like that paragraph has simply been added to pad out the article and to make him sound more credible as a doctor, but it's not scientifically valid at all. And then we have Dr. Mark Hyman, who is definitely totally against artificial sweeteners. He says that they are linked to obesity, change your brain chemistry, confuse your body by making it think that sugar is on the way when it's not, slow down your metabolism, increase your appetite, and are very addictive. But who is Dr. Mark Hyman? According to Wikipedia, he is a physician and New York Times best-selling author. He is the founder and medical director of the Ultra Wellness Center and is a proponent of a type of alternative medicine called functional medicine. Another doctor, Dr. Matthew Weiner, has a video specifically about the weight issue. He says that the problem with using artificial sweeteners to try to lose weight is that weight loss isn't quite as simple as reducing calories. He says metabolism involves a complex system of hormones and feedback. If you simply reduce your calories, you put your body into starvation mode. When you eat sweet foods with calories, your body adjusts your metabolism accordingly, whereas when you have sweetness without calories, this confuses the system because you're not getting the calories associated with the sweetness. Then when you do eat sweet foods with calories again, your body is more likely to hold on to these calories and make you put on weight. He says that if you want sweet food, fruit is a good choice. But who is Dr. Matthew Weiner? According to his website, he is a board-certified general surgeon and fellow of the American College of Surgeons. He has been practicing laparoscopic and bariatric surgery since 2006. So, to summarise, it's best to stay away from artificial sweeteners. They trick your body and can disrupt your metabolism, causing weight gain. They may also upset your gut. But stay away from added sugar too. If you must add sweetness, use local honey, maple syrup, molasses, fruit juice or nectar, xylitol or stevia. But use them sparingly. It's better to get used to less sweetness. Anyway, I hope you found this video helpful and informative. If so, please click the like button below and click subscribe if you would like to see more of my videos in the future. Until next time, I wish you the very best of health.